So this is where it crosses over with another thing that I love chatting about, Syntropy versus Entropy.
Yeah.
So
Can you explain that to people?
Yeah, so I mean, basically, entropy, I'm going to give you a metaphor to explain this because it's a really nice metaphor. We can see entropy on planet Earth when we look at monoculture farming. So we see, someone just like cropping cotton like they do in northwestern New South Wales in Australia. And they just like plant rows of cotton and cotton and cotton for hundreds of thousands of acres. That's all there is. And they shape the dirt in a particular way. They pump water out of the ground and they just grow cotton so they can make our clothes and whatnot, right? And it just destroys the ground. Because they have to pour all these chemicals and fertilizers and all these things on it to keep it alive because they've killed every other thing in the system to just hold this one thing as the most important. That's entropy, right? You're degrading the environment around you to get an outcome. That's extractive, right? Syntropy is the opposite. Syntropy is like, how do we make this ecosystem so vibrant that the cotton can win and so can everything else that wants to come through? And it's creating or adding value to the system. And so when I think about this in a sense, I've got a really good example of this. I don't know why this example's in my head right now, but Mason Taylor?
Yeah.
So a friend of mine owns Superfeast. Mason Taylor, smart dude, smart cat. And I was talking to him, having a chat to him one day, and I was talking about he has these herbs, mushrooms, like reishi, chaga, all that kind of jam. And I was talking to him about his early day journeys of going into the health food stores and getting, those conversations going.
Yeah.
And he said something really smart to me, and I'm like, this is why this guy is totally a syntropic thinker. Is he went in there not trying to build Superfeast sales. He went in there trying to build the category. He went in there as a category builder. He was like, let me tell you about why you need these herbs and mushrooms in your shop, generally speaking. He was selling the whole ecosystem. He was increasing the ecosystem awareness. And he does, he's definitely the leader in the market here in Australia, and soon to be other places. But everyone's jumping on and copying something like that because they're like, oh, this is working, I've got to try and get my 2 cents out of this process. Yeah. Which is fine. The way in which Mason keeps fighting that is by keep building the category. Defining the world class. Defining the world class makes you world class.